Today, guys, reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backboard.
Now here's Rivers. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Rondo kicks to Cousins. The jump hook, that's good. Cousins has got 4 points this quarter. 6 seconds left in the third. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe. Get those matchups working in their favor.
Pierce for three. No good on that last second attempt there. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Clippers on top, up by 9. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. And here is Paul. Rudy Gay is out there with Quincy Ace. Then there's Bellinelli. And there's Collison. And it's Koufos in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. And it's Smith finishing it off.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Sacramento with the ball. After the basket by Los Angeles. 5 on the clock. Deep 2 from Collison. The shot misses. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Screen by Smith. Shoots off the screen. And he can't bank that one in. The Kings trail by 11. Collison with it. He's picked up by Paul. There's the pick. The drive by Collison. With his first shot attempt. A nice shot by Koufos.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. Clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
And the rejection by Smith. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
And thinking back on George's injury, still a very graphic image in everyone's mind, but he was able to bounce back.
Yeah, it was great to see him get some game time before the end of the season after that horrific injury. A credit to him working as hard as he did, as well as to the training staff that got him back to be able to play before the end of the season.
Now, here's George. Jordan the screen. Shot clock at 5. Inside. Rebound by the Kings. Koufos has got his 3rd rebound on the night. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Kosta Koufos. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Los Angeles leading by 10. Pierce wide open. He fires off target with his 3.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Collison with a screen on Pierce. Bellinelli passes to Collison. From 10 feet out, and that's good for 2. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Now Paul. Smith with a screen on Collison. Smith with a wide open look. And again, no good by the Clippers. Collison with it. George picks him up. Passes it to Ace. It's taken away by Smith. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Oh!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, used to love the boys in jam like that.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
And guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic?
Here's Paul. Sacramento making their last shot. Smith kicks to Jordan. And now Sacramento on the break. Here's Collison. Feeds it to Gay. Stolen by Pierce. Paul against Collison. Left side, George. Acey with the rebound. Acey's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Gay up top. The pass to Bellinelli. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Cauley Stein, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. A shame to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
It's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Smith. And it's Johnson in for Pierce. Now here's Paul. Following the miss by Griffin. Jordan the screen. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Collison kicks to Bellinelli. All sorts of time. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim.
And, you know, you mentioned the 9 straight years without a playoff appearance for the Kings. Their last trip was in 2006. And since then, they've been rebuilding. That's the second longest playoff drought in the NBA.
Well, if the Kings do make it back to the playoffs, you know they'll be dangerous. Their fans have been through so much the last few seasons. They really deserve to see a team in postseason contention.
The Kings making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Well, at this point in his career, Clark, it's safe to call Chris Paul one of the all-time great point guards.
Yeah, without question. I mean, for a long time, it was hard to argue that Chris Paul wasn't the top point guard in the league. Even now you can make arguments for others, but Paul is always going to be in the conversation.
And with Paul, it is all about his consistency. Other point guards will have better years or stretches than him, but he just puts up huge numbers year in and year out, literally like clockwork.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Now here's Johnson. Griffin down low. AC on him. And that one's good. Griffin's got 14 points here in the second half.
You know, it's amazing to me how little fanfare CP3 gets. I mean, he's not a flashy player, but you look at his effectiveness on the court, and he's a once-in-a-generation kind of talent. I mean, he's done it all his entire career.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Ball's knocked loose. And here comes Bellinelli leading the fast break. Collison with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Collison kicks to Gay. Griffin grabs the board.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And Wesley Johnson with the slam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
And the wide-open shot from Collison. Off target with his three.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Here's Paul. Pass to Jordan. 6 to shoot. Here's Collison. Paul with the ball. To the inside. And stolen by Cousins. They're running. And here we go. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Bellinelli.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Balanced scoring, Clark, for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively.
Timeout called by the Kings.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, over that break, I was able to catch the message George Karl was giving to his team. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Paul. Following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Jordan kicks to Griffin. Clippers moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And that one's good. George.
Gotta be demoralizing. They desperately needed a stop, and instead they give up a triple on an open look.
Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're losing by 10. 1:32 left to play here in the fourth. Biz is checked in for Wesley Johnson. .132 left in the game. Here's Cousins. Again, the miss by the Kings.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
Well, we're about to see what the buzz around the league is all about here. Is it all hype, or will it be reality? We're about to find out, along with the fans in the stadium and the people watching at home.
And you can feel the excitement.